My name is Chad Scott. I'm an interdisciplinary arts-based educator. It's called He Said, She Said, and it's kind of just a commentary on the political election. So he's looking at the he said and she said of what's going on in the media. So you got a lot of, as you look around, a lot of media figures commenting on different aspects of speeches, on campaign stops, on policy, all these different things. So oftentimes that gets boiled down to a soundbite that you're hearing that folks are commenting on. The title is just kind of playing into that in a little bit of a playful way. So there are 14 monitors all the way around, kind of enclosing you like surround sound. Each one of the monitors, you have audio coming out. So all of the sound kind of just overlaps. So it sounds like it's a room full of people, and when you walk in here and there's no one in here, it's kind of a weird experience. But yeah, so that's the element that's missing, is the sound, and that's really important for this piece. You know, you're getting all of these voices coming from all of these different directions, and you know, it's really hard to make out. It's like, okay, which one should I be paying attention to? Projections on the wall are Clinton and Trump, and then all of the media surrounding it are the national 24-hour news media, CNN, Fox, ABC, CNN. So all of that's going on. I wanted to kind of step back and capture that in the way that a person standing outside of the political realm might. So I have the microphones positioned in different places in the gallery. And those microphones feed into a processing unit that I've played around with a little bit and put transcription software in there. So the mics are trying to transcribe all of this noise that's coming together. So what's interesting is the transcription software, it has a really hard time trying to make out like what's actually being said, and that's kind of, you know, metaphor that I'm thinking about, like how do you make sense of the diversity of voices and narratives that you're getting throughout a political election, especially a presidential election. Now, I think sort of one of the commentaries I have in this is an ongoing thing looking at the media, but you know, the political theater that we have during this election, it's a lot more heightened than it is in previous elections. So it definitely feeds into the piece. So it's real interesting dynamic. And of course, you know, the title He Said, She Said wouldn't have worked previously, so I think that's a unique point in history in which we're at now. So yeah, moving beyond this election, and some of these conversations have been brought to my attention, it's like, you know, what does a piece like this mean after the election, since it's so focused on this particular election? So I think those are really interesting questions. I haven't answered them yet, but it's definitely something to reflect upon. What I wanted to do is not take a position for either candidate. I wanted to present it in the way in which that I'm seeing the media. I watch a lot of media, so I watch a lot of what folks would call right-wing media, some folks would call left-wing, and then, you know, a variety in between. So I try to get as many different narratives and as many different perspectives as possible. And that's the way that I want to present that in this piece. The content on here gets updated weekly because the information is constantly changing. You know, new narratives are evolving over the week. And so I wanted to get a cross-section of what's being discussed at that particular point in time. So at the end of the week, I usually compile different things that I thought were important, that were discussed, that were themes. Please come out and take a look at He Said, She Said. I'd really like to hear what you think about this installation and its relationship to the ongoing political election.